How to look at an ETF quote without completely panicking. So I made you a worksheet. I'm calling it WTF, what the fund. Instead of you being reactive and being overwhelmed with everything you see on the screen, we're now going to be proactive. Class is in session. Hi, I'm Jess Henskip and welcome to another episode of I Want to Start Investing. I don't know where to start. Someone tell me what to do. Today's lesson, how to read an ETF quote. I'm actually going to use the first ETF ever created in 1993. The symbol is SPY. Once you log into your account, you're going to see a search bar. Put the symbol there, click it, and that will load what's called the detailed quote. The symbol is the identifier. You're going to see a lot of tabs here. This is going to be your navigational or starting point. So what is it? We're going to spend time on the composition. Right here, we can see that this is a passive fund and the benchmark is the S&P 500. SPY seeks to track the performance of the S&P 500 index. See, passive performance. Now, very soon we're going to talk about auto investing. I want to make sure that this fund is eligible for that. On Fidelity, we can go to overview and then look at auto investing and we can see that it's eligible. Next, what is in it? This is more composition. I want you to take the time to look at the number of holdings. For SPY, there are 504 holdings. You can see all of the companies within the fund and then the percentage that that company makes up of the fund. So now I want you to find the largest holding and you can see that that is NVIDIA. And next, I want to look at the largest sector, which is information technology. You can see them all listed here. We're looking at this because we're getting familiar with what you're actually buying. What is in the fund? I'm getting access to more of what exactly? Next, let's look at pricing. The last price, that just means the last time that it traded. If this was during market hours, you are going to see this move all the time. One trade represents a buy and a sell. At the top, we can also see the volume, that is shares traded throughout the day. The reason why this is important, if you pull up an ETF that doesn't have a lot of volume, that means there aren't a lot of buyers and sellers. If there aren't a lot of buyers and sellers, you're gonna have a difficult time buying it and you're gonna have a difficult time selling it. Next, let's look at distributions and expenses. Here you can find the expense ratio, which is 0.09%. The expense ratio is the annual cost of holding the fund in percentage terms. It's not gonna be subtracted from your account. It's subtracted from the fund. Honestly, you probably won't even notice it. And then next is the distribution yield. A fund, it might have a stock that gives you something called a dividend, which is a share of income. Those come into you in the form of distributions. And we look at that in percentage terms. It does give you a distribution yield of a little over 1%, which will go into your account as cash. The last thing I want you to do is find something to compare. So click on comparisons. Fidelity is automatically going to show you similar funds, and then it's going to give you information on those funds. Then you can go add those funds to the bottom and compare and click on different drop downs to look at analyst ratings, even technicals or fund information. But this way you can compare funds that do literally the exact same thing. There are thousands of exchange traded funds to choose from. Utilize this worksheet, go forth and just explore an ETF quote. Next, we're going to look at an ETF screener. You're doing a great job so far. Thank you for all the apples. Class dismissed.